random live, guys. Let me go to live chat here. Uh, I just kind of wanted to see what y'all are up to. Um, See if anyone would even pop on here. Just a random live. I have an interview, a phone interview at 2 p.m. Central Time today. So, yeah, that's just a random deal this morning. I got up about 5 a.m. and I've been using Indeed to look for a job. That way I don't have to drive anywhere to go put in applications. It ain't like it used to be back in the day where you had to spend money on gas to go places to try to find a job. So if y'all don't know, which I did not know until the other day when I was talking to my wife, and I said, how the heck do I get a job nowadays? Because it seems like anymore, you just can't go in somewhere, drop off your resume, get a job like it used to be. It seems like anymore you got to work with the interwebs and stuff. So anyways, I filled out, did my resume and everything on Indeed, and I've been getting jobs that, job offers for jobs that I wouldn't even think I would qualify for. This one company wanted me to be a insurance adjuster or something like that. Starting off at about 80,000 a year, I was like, I'm not sure that I would be a great fit for that, but they seem pretty sure about it. But there's a different job. It is going to be driving a truck here locally, delivering to farms and stuff. I didn't even fill out an application for the job, but they got a hold of me and they're like, hey, we seen your resume, blah, blah, blah. Think you'd be a great fit. Wanted to talk to you, all this and that. And I said, okay, give me a call, right? Got me some sweet tea. Elizabeth Rojas, what's up? Good morning. Yeah, I was just hoping you guys would give me some good luck today because 2 o'clock, I got a phone interview. I think I got on here, what was it, about noon 45, I think. I guess I could open up my laptop here so I can keep track of time. Oh, yeah. But today I've been a little busy this morning already. Sorry if I'm shaking everything around. I wish you all good things. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to take this job. I applied for a different one at a company that I used to work for years and years ago. And basically, I applied for the position of being a roadside, what's it called? Roadside assistant handler or something. So basically, when one of their drivers, which they've got a lot of drivers now, when they break down, they're on the side of the road or something like that, I would be the guy that they call. And I would be taking care of that. If they're local, possibly even going out and helping get them going again. This company deals with all kinds of different types of trailers. They do live haul for chickens. They do they haul the stuff that's like after chickens have been processed. They haul it. They haul eggs and reefer units. So that, I mean, there's a lot of dealing with like reefer trailers and everything. But yeah, I worked for them for a while before I actually bought my own truck. And they need someone that is like me, basically, that has owned their own company, that knows pretty much everything and can help out pretty much everywhere in the company. Not really roadside assistance. I would actually be the person that the driver calls, and I would decide what needs to happen. Like, the driver would tell me the problem they're having or whatever, because nowadays you get drivers that have no clue about a truck. And that's pretty much how they want it nowadays. They don't want a driver to work on a truck, because a lot of times you get drivers that know nothing about the truck and they start messing with it and it costs even more money. Or if the driver themselves has the power to just call a wrecker out for every little thing, that could cost the company a good chunk of money too. So basically, I would be like the liaison that handles all that. Um, but this other company got a hold of me first, so I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I don't know that I want to be a driver for this other company that's calling me today. They'd have to offer me some really good money. The insurance work is easy, and you can work from home, Dave. I have a friend who does it, Florida. She drives to meet with potential customers, but not often. Yeah, it's not what I was gathering from. I was understanding it was like a insurance adjuster type thing, where, like, let's say if there was like a storm went through in their area or something, then you have to drive. It'd be quite a bit of travel or something at times. I don't know, but also the potential customer thing. Also, I guess going out and trying to get work. I'm not a salesman really. I'm not that great at selling myself. I'm not a great salesman, I don't think. Um, but they said what they're looking for is someone who's well rounded, that knows a lot about a lot of different things, that, I guess can basically tell the difference between when someone's lying or not. I don't know if that's exactly what they meant, but I just talked to him briefly and I was like, I don't know about all that. Elizabeth said, yeah, okay, that's different. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to have an office job. I think. Not really. I mean, the company I used to work for, that job, dealing with the breakdowns or whatever, drivers, just having questions on how to get something back up and running, like, a reefer trailer. A lot of times you just got to reset the system and reboot it. And, a lot of times drivers forget exactly how to do that. So, being a person with 21 some odd years or whatever in the trucking industry, I would have pretty good knowledge on how to handle certain situations and stuff, because I've probably been through the situations that they're going to face. But yeah, they're getting a lot of new drivers and stuff, and it's that position I think would be perfect for me because you're not in an office all the time. Uh, if it's not busy, I guess you'd be out in the shop pushing a broom or something, or helping one of the mechanics or something, trying to make sure things get done for drivers and everything. That company, what I really like about it is they really do put the driver first. And last time I worked for them, I did over the road for them for a period of time, but then I became a local driver. And basically what I did was I went out, I got trailers loaded, brought them back to the yard so the over the road drivers didn't have to come out, load their stuff in a truck and then go and sit in their truck for a few hours getting a trailer loaded. That trailer was already ready to go. They hooked up to it, hit the road, and made the best use of their time is basically what it was. Elizabeth said, right, but you can do it. But do I want to? I mean, it's already bad enough that I am getting a job. I want to make sure that I'm getting a job where I'm not going to be like miserable. Um, I already, I don't even like the fact that the government says you have to have like car insurance. So I don't think I could work for an insurance company. I really don't. Because the whole time I'd be sitting there going, probably I would get fired most likely, because I'd be telling people, if you were smart and you just put this money in the bank, like in a Roth, IRA or something, and set that aside, you'd be, way ahead. Because even though insurance, there's laws and stuff saying that they have to pay for this, that, and the other, whatever, in reality, when it comes down to it, let's say your house gets hit by a tornado. there's always some kind of stipulation that they try to get put in there where they don't have to pay. I mean, there is no guarantee that you get this policy today and then 30 years down the road, they've changed all the rules and you haven't paid attention. And then let's say your house burnt down and you didn't have your furnace replaced in the last 10 years, so that all of a sudden they don't. I mean, I'm not saying that would happen, but I've seen it too many times, especially with the Joplin tornado when it hit. People who had homeowners insurance and so much was not covered. I see a lot of insurance companies that people think are great were not so great. Elizabeth said, "Do what is going to make you happy." Yeah, I didn't even want to talk to the people about the insurance job because I said, no, I don't know about that. That's not me. I'm more of a hands-on type person, I think. The other thing is I can't really stand to be in an office all the time either. But I do kind of want to get out of the truck and not have to be in a truck all the time. But this other company that's calling me today, I don't know what that's all about. Right now, it's basically there's some other stuff going along with that job or something. It's not all driving, I don't think. I'll find out more about it today, I guess. Let's see. Roberta said, "So true, David. Insurance doesn't want to cover repair to my car from being hit by deer without increasing my insurance rates and giving me a negative point." Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife got hit by someone else. Her car's literally sitting in a parking lot, and this guy backed out and hit us, and her insurance went up. We were sitting still, not moving, and this guy hit us, and his insurance paid for it, but her insurance went up too. And I said, that is some BS right there. Sandra Melhot, hello. Mary Jemison, hello. Hope I didn't miss anyone. I probably missed everybody. You got Roberta's Artistic Adventures in here. Dawn Lee, hello, hello. That's another thing I was working on. And Motocross Chick is in here. What's up? I was working on these patches last night. Okay, let me start with, I did this one here. Hope it ain't backwards, but check that out. Oh, it's got some fuzzies on it. Never mind the fuzzies, but there's a patch right there, right? And then I done this one here. I spent a while just fraying that out, and I thought, man, wouldn't that look cool if you sewed that on your hat and then maybe shorten those up a little bit and make it wear it a little bit. But I'd probably sell them like this right here, and you'd have to fray it out yourself. This one kind of messed up right here. It's kind of weird. It's just the machine did that. And Tony said, it looks like a bug. Going for that, like, you know, that worn look, you know. I think if you washed it a few times, it would get all fuzzy, and these would probably shorten up. I think it'd look cool. So that's upside down. There you go. But yeah, I think I can probably sell those for 20 bucks a piece. Not that I'd be making any money on them, but, you know, it's a little bit, right? It would help out a little bit. It really sucks whenever you start breaking needles and stuff. Like, I've had to replace the needle about every 2 patches because the needle just starts, like, hanging up. And I broke the tip off of one the other day when I was trying it out. For some reason, it bent that needle, and it broke the end of it off, and it came out and smacked me. I was like, dang, good thing I have my glasses on. Could have hit me in the eyeball. Let's see. What I miss here? Boy, this chat just took off. Let's see. Motocross Chick said, "Hi Roberta, can you give me advice in live chat after I make a comment and switches back to top chat with a blank screen?" You might need to update YouTube, the YouTube app on your phone, and then restart your phone. Every time YouTube starts doing weird stuff On my phone, I end up having to go in and update it. One time I actually had to uninstall YouTube and reinstall it because it was doing some weird stuff. Mine hasn't been doing that here lately, but somebody, I can't remember who it was, they did a live the other day, and the orientation, oh, it was Backwoods Mindset. He did a live, I think he started it with his phone up and down, and it messed it all up, and it wouldn't switch on him. Elizabeth said the distressed look. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, where it's kind of distressed looking. Like my other hat, the Hillbilly Woodsman hat, it's got like the bills all wore out and everything. I've wore that thing about 3 years now, every day. My goodness. Julie Highstand said, I didn't catch what type of sewing machine you have, and I'm sure you know that they do have very heavy-duty needles to help with needle breakage. I've sewn for 50 years, and I have some experience. Yeah, they got heavy-duty needles. The problem is, I don't think you can use a real heavy-duty needle when you're doing embroidery. I think the embroidery needles actually break easier than the regular, like, all-purpose ones. I'm just using an all-purpose one now, and it hasn't broke yet. That's what I actually made these right here with. And it's been doing okay. The embroidery needles they suck. They break pretty quick. So apparently I can't use embroidery needles. But the machine is a Brother SE625. It's not the best at, like, probably doing embroidery, but it can do everything pretty much. Let's see. Drops Family Garden said surety bonds since 1792 are a way they intended to keep companies and professionals honest and doing the right thing. They hide it. Oh, it jumped on me. They hide it because they don't want you to know about it. Yeah. I don't know that much about all that stuff. I know that insurance companies suck. They do pretty much whatever the heck they want anymore. Ultimate Acre said you need an upholstery needle. I don't think that would probably work very good. I mean, I don't really know. Don Lee said buy yourself some Schmetz needles. Schmetz is a German company. Kathy in Ohio said all online now for a job. It's making it harder for us people like myself that like the old-fashioned way. Makes it hard to get a job. Julie said, I'll do a little bit of research and get back with you. Yeah, I don't know. It just, every now and then, I think a lot of it has to do with the tension just gets crazy. It'll just randomly just decide, and it could be a thread thing. I noticed when I change threads, some of these threads are a little thicker than others, and so that changes the tension setting that I have to do, and I think I got it pretty well dialed in now. It's working pretty good. If I use too big of a needle, it doesn't look quite right. It I guess is poking huge holes in it or something. I don't know. I have no clue what I'm talking about really when it comes to embroidery stuff. Let's see. Drops Family Garden said I used to own my own truck and make $2,700 in 3.5 days. Ran for 2.5 weeks and went home for a week. Missed those days. Yeah, I used to make that in a day. That's sad, huh? Can't do it no more. I mean, you could probably gross that in a day, doing some things. Right now, especially, rates can be pretty good if you know what you're doing right now. Yep, used to haul steel. Yeah, I've heard that hauling coils paid pretty good back in the day, and I-beams and stuff. Um, Going to like the high rises and stuff up in New York, stuff like that. I heard that used to pay pretty stinking good, but I think pretty much anymore, like everything kind of gets shot because certain people learn, they're like, oh, got a good deal going on over here. Let's go take over what this guy's got going on. All the Teamsters and all that kind of stuff's kind of out now. Let's see, Schmidt's needles are a great brand. Upholstery needles are thick and sharp. If you need to sew leather, then they have that too. Yeah, I don't think this, I don't know if this machine will do leather very good. It just doesn't seem like it's heavy duty enough of a machine really to be doing that. I would probably need to get more of a, industrial sewing machine or something. I don't know. I don't plan on doing that. I used to sew with an old Singer sewing machine. It had an electric motor on it, but I didn't use the electric motor. I would crank it by hand, the little knob on the side. It was a really old Singer. Motocross chick Tracy said, frustrating. Roberta, did this just start happening to you? Lila was having the same issue yesterday. Yeah, I tried to tell Lila on that live last night to update YouTube, but the live was like over. I got the comment put out there, but I'm pretty sure he ended the live right before I sent it out. But hopefully she went in and just updated it. I'm pretty sure that should fix it. YouTube is always doing all these updates on their app and everything, and if you don't keep it up to date, or if you don't update your phone, just things don't work very good anymore. Old black Singer sewing machines are great. I don't remember if this one was black or brown, but I know it was old. It was the old style, like I think they come out right after the foot pedal ones. I used to have a foot pedal one, and that thing was great. And my mom had one that had the electric motor put on it, and you could move the electric motor back, and I think you could use like a foot pedal, and you could do either or with it, I think. So kind of like an off-grid sewing machine. But I had one. It didn't have the electric motor on it, and I ended up selling it to a antique shop. They paid pretty good money for it. Don Lee said, yeah, the old redheads. Paul Honeyman, hello from England. Hello. Good day to you. I was probably half Australian. I am not good with my accents. Dawn just sent me a link to Schmidt's needles. I like just being able to walk into Walmart and buy them. Why can't Walmart carry decent products? I guess they just want you to be able to come in there and buy it every day. I went through a bunch of these. Like here's some of them right here. I think these are just your regular needles or something that I picked up at Wally World. Singer Overlock, it says. I don't know the difference. When I hold one of these regular ones like that, hold it up and then put up another one, I look at it really, 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 really close. The only thing I see different is the color of paint that they put on it. Walmart prides themselves in selling you junk, so you keep coming back. For sure. I wish my chat would quit disappearing. It does not stay up there for very long, and then it fades out. Come on, YouTube. Get it together. Leave the chat on the screen so we can see it. And make it scroll automatic. If it would just instead of, what happens is I see it sitting there, and then it goes, boom, it jumps up. Instead of, it should just kind of just scroll. You would think it would just scroll. But no. It's got to jump and make it to where you can't read it. Gene Ackland said, afternoon. Oh, yeah, I was saying good morning. I'm used to doing my live streams in the mornings. It feels like morning to me still. Paul Honeyman said, David, what Singer needles are you looking for? I'm not looking for any. I've got a lot more needles to break before I even think about buying any more. I've got so many that I've bought over the years, and I went through in the house and I found more of them. I've broke quite a few of them, but now I'm using a 90-14. That's, I guess, the size that I'm using now. Haven't broke it yet. And the weird thing is, like, okay, you see all those different numbers at the bottom. Ain't none of those needles any dang different. They're no different. Like they say they're a ballpoint or whatever. You hold that thing up next to another one. They look exactly the same. I mean, exactly the same. I could probably get the little eye loop out and look at it, and I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna say, "Oh no, they're different." Julie Highstand said, "I'm headed downtown to a big sewing factory. I'm going to try to get some information from there. But the largest needle size you can use for embroidery for your machine is a 90-14. I don't even know what those numbers mean, but a 90-14 is what I'm using right now. And there's like 80-11, 90-14s, and 116. I broke the 116. I don't know. Which is bigger? Is the 100, what is that? 116, is that bigger than the 90-14? I got to keep an eyeball on the time. I got to be out of here before 2 o'clock. I'll probably go till 1:45. 1175 are all I ever used. Okay. 116 is a heavy duty for sewing stuff like jeans. LOL, that is what I think, but I do not think that would work out. Kathy in Ohio. I probably missed your other comment. I don't know. Paul Honeyman said he's not feeling too bad today. Well, there goes all the sweet tea. My daughter got home yesterday, and she comes out here and she says, "Do you have a pop or something?" I'm like, "Nope, sure don't." And she's like, "There's nothing to drink around here." I said, "Well, there's water in the faucet in the house." I said, "There's sugar in there. There's tea bags in there. You can make some tea." And she just looked at me and goes, "I suspect you didn't read your manual, Dave." No, my wife had a boy cat at the time, and it sprayed all over the manual before I had a chance to look over it. And I threw it away the other day because all the pages were stuck together. But I ain't got time to be reading through no sewing machine manual. I wouldn't understand a dang word that I've read out of it anyway. That's a bunch of gibberish. I mean, you have to know something about sewing in order to make any sense of that machine. I mean, the manual. LOL, typical man. Now, if I read a manual on like a vehicle, I might actually like be able to absorb some information from that manual, but in reality, I don't need to read a manual on a car because they all work the same. They've worked the same way ever since the first combustion engines were put out there. All they've done is like some of the things on there that make that car work or make the engine run. they've put electronic things in place of manual things. Uh, I mean, you need fuel, oxygen, and spark compression to make a combustion engine work. You have different systems now and newer stuff like radios and all this kind of stuff that kind of throws a wrench in everything. But I mean, I'm not going to get anything if I could read that entire manual on a sewing machine. The first problem is I would get about 3 sentences in and I'd fall asleep. But yeah, I'm not going to learn anything from it. Kathy in Ohio, I don't understand anything you're saying. You need to like fill me in on what you're talking about. If you do not make money, no. What are you talking about? I gotta like see. I'm scrolling up through here and I don't even. Okay, LOL. That is the way I think, but I do not think that would work out. I don't know what you're talking about, Kathy, because you go from that to the next one is if you do not make money, no. Fill me in on, like, when you guys comment something, like, fill me in on what you're talking about. Don Lee said electronics plus more stuff to break. That's exactly what is going on with the newer vehicles. Don Lee says, sheesh. David, I read my mother's Singer manual 4 times and still learned nothing. That's what I'm saying. I could read that, and the owner's manual was like several books, like pretty thick. I mean, they took up half the box. And I flipped through it and I was like, makes no daggum sense to me. I understand how to thread it. I didn't need like anything to show me how to do that. It's like, okay, pretty easy. I mean, I've learned how to thread a sewing machine a long time ago. So I figured that out. The little automatic threader thing on here, it don't work. It worked like one time, and it was just like a magic trick. How that thing worked, I don't know, but it worked one time. I've never been able to get it to work ever since that one time that it threaded the needle for me. But honestly, I'm about ready to take some pliers and rip it off there, because most of the time when the thread breaks, it's because the thread gets wrapped around that thing. It's just another stupid thing that they put on there. They thought, oh, this will be cool. Something that might work every now and then. We'll just throw it on this machine and make people pay another $100 for it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if I read that owner's manual, it's not going to tell me nothing. Because you have to know something about sewing to begin with. I mean, just the language or whatever. Like, Dawn Lee, like, sending me messages and stuff like, well, did you do this or that or something? I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're talking to someone who has no clue about sewing, but has a sewing machine that can do this really cool stuff. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. So reading that manual is not going to help me. It might help someone else who's super interested in learning something like that. I mean, I at one time I was super interested in the CNC carving. Not so much anymore, because right now I understand that it's just going to cost me more money because I don't have the programs that I need to do the stuff that I want to do with it. Yeah. Let's see. I do my own alterations with needle and thread. It's a little slower, but yeah, I mean, if you can get by doing that, then you're good. Yeah, they keep throwing updates at you. Yeah, nowadays, that's the problem with all electronic stuff anymore. You know, they put a product out that works great. It doesn't need to be changed, just like Filmora 9. You pay a one-time fee for that editing software for video editing. You start learning it and everything. Then you, like, once you learn that, or learn a little bit about it to where you're doing proficiently, right? Then you're like, okay, I want to, you know, put some filters or some mask or whatever in there to help with translating that cinematic theme or the cinematic whatever you're trying to do. You want to add something onto that to get the right picture you're wanting or whatever, and you go download it, and then it says that it doesn't work with your version, that you need to update your version. You go do that, and then they want you to pay again for the update or something. And I'm just like, what? I'm not supposed to ever have, like, when I paid for this, it's supposed to pay for any updates forever, right? That's what I thought. I don't know. I updated it twice now, and it still didn't take. It's still Filmora 9, and they have Filmora 11 out. But some of the new things that I was trying to download to use to make the editing, to make the video quality and stuff a little better, download that, and it's just not working. I was like, nope. I think I'll just keep it regular old Filmora 9 because it works. It does pretty much everything I'll probably ever really need to do with video editing. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll update, but I probably need to just update to a better computer when I do that. But the other thing is, like, a lot of times they do updates, and when they do that, then it doesn't work very good. Ellie's Adventure said, I will keep my simple machine. Yeah, I mean, if all you want to do is sew, just a simple sewing machine, usually they do pretty good at doing that one thing. This machine here, it does pretty good. But there's a lot of times that bottom, whatever you call it, from the bobbin, it doesn't take. And I've had that. Where'd it go? I have a patch here. It was doing okay, but you see that bottom part right there, it didn't take up on it and goofed it all up. So right there, that's a whole hour just wasted, gone. Bunch of thread gone. So you can sit there and you can try to figure up your overhead on making patches. I mean, I don't know what a patch like this right here sells for, but $20 for that right there, for someone to spend an hour of their time to, put that together, plus all the materials and everything, you're not making any money off of it. By the time you account for, like, electricity used, needles broke, thread that's gone, this hoop right here, you see how big this is? And see how kind of small this right here is? This thing, you have to have this size of material plus some out to the side of it. So you got a lot of material plus the I call it backer, but you guys were calling it stabilizer. Yeah. So you use quite a bit of material just to make one patch. That's kind of crazy. But, it's not all about making money. It's about creating something and putting it out there. If y'all want something like this right here to put on a hat or whatever, or a jacket or shirt or something like that. And someone had asked me one day, they said, well, once I get it, how do I get it put on? I don't know. Sew it on by hand, I guess. Donnelly said, I hate updates. I hate them too. Let's see. Ellie's Adventure. Paul said, LOL, Ellie's Adventure. I am my own simple machine. LOL. I don't do alterations. I just, luckily, I guess I can buy clothes that fit me okay, I guess. Paul Honeyman said, David, did you see my comment about your dipstick leak? Nope, I did not. Was it on here or was it on the video? Because if it was on the video, maybe I'm not getting all my notifications. Don Lee said, you can sew a patch on or you can glue a patch on. I've heard of people like ironing them on, but I wouldn't never iron one on. The only way I would ever do it is sew it on. There's no way I would glue it. I mean, I guess there's advanced technologies and glues or whatever, but Yeah, I would just simply sew it on. I'd do it by hand. That's what I planned on doing. I was thinking I might take, one of these and just sew it on my hat instead of representing for Woodland Mills anymore, because Woodland Mills won't get off their freaking butt and help me out at all. I mean, those guys, they straight up lied to me, and they said that they do not what do you call that? They don't send product out to people or sponsor channels. I was like, you're full of crap. I actually know of a channel that you sponsored and sent this guy all kinds of stuff, and you still send him stuff. And they lied to me and said that they don't do that. They even sent Sawmill Blades to Jason Crocker for free. I was like, okay. So you got Jason Crocker, that was one, that I know they sent some blades to him. Then there's Sawing with Sandy. That's another one. I don't watch his channel. I am subscribed, but every time I see one of his videos pop up, I'm just like, no, I'm not that interested in watching sawmilling videos. There's one person out there that I like watching, or two people actually. It's Out of the Woods Forestry. I like watching Nathan Elliott do sawmilling and stuff. He don't even have a Woodland Mills. But yeah, I'm just they lied to me, straight up lied to me, said they don't sponsor channels. When I know that Sawing with Sandy, they sent him the kit to actually to put on his sawmill to where he could do siding. He's a Canadian channel. I 100% feel that's why they sponsored him, because he's a Canadian channel, and it could be because of other things, like it don't cost a bunch of money for shipping, I guess, probably for them to ship stuff to him. The other thing is, basically, I told everyone the truth. I said, whatever you do, do not ever buy a sawmill blade from Woodland Mills. They're not even their sawmill blades. They buy sawmill blades from Lennox, and the Lennox sawmill blades are junk. They're just flat out junk. I bought 20 of them. I bought 2 boxes, so I had 20 of them, and so far, that's the only blades that I've broke yet. And when you look at the quality of them and everything, they ground way too much metal off of where the weld seam is on them, and that's where they always break. Plus, they charge double the price of what I pay at Kennesaw. So, I said, I'm just lucky that I found this other company. That I didn't find it. They actually reached out to me. The general manager of Kennesaw reached out to me. He sent me a saw blade. I came home one day and there's a box sitting on my porch. I said, what is this? I opened it up because it was addressed to me, and there's an invoice in there for a sawmill blade, so I kind of see the price and everything. And I looked the blade over, gave the guy a call, talked to him. He said, well, I just want to gain your business, is all he said to me. He said, I seen your stuff on YouTube, your Facebook, and all this and that. And he said, looks like you got a pretty good operation going on there. I would like to gain your business. And I said, well, what if I could get you some more business? Would you consider, sponsoring me, maybe send me some blades or something? And he said, well, we could maybe look into that, but they've never sent me anything for free. I have always paid for my blades through them, 100%, no discounts or nothing like that. And I don't even feel that bad about it, because they're literally half the price of the crappy Lennox blades that come from Woodland Mills. And so I like the hat, but I've been wearing this hat for them for a while, and they ain't done nothing for me. And I've actually sold several sawmills for them. There's somebody else getting ready to buy a sawmill, and I actually told him, I said, I wouldn't buy a Woodland Mills, not now. I bought my mill in 2019, and they done some different things with their mills since then, which makes their mills have some breakdown problems and stuff. So I honestly, unless it was just a money thing, like just trying to save money and have a decent mill, That's the only reason I would buy a Woodland Mills. Otherwise, honestly, I would pay just a little bit extra and I would get a Wood-Mizer LT15 wide. And, then you can cut much wider logs. You can get bigger logs on your mill and handle them easier and stuff. You can make wider slabs. And to me, that little niche right there, that the ability of that sawmill to mill a wider slab to where you can make bigger countertops, that puts you in the niche of making countertops, like live edge countertops. That's where the money's at right now. Making lumber, there ain't no dang money in lumber. I mean, a lot of people think that. A lot of people complain, oh my God, the price of lumber is through the roof. I'll be honest with you. The price of lumber is pretty stinking cheap right now, to be honest with you. I mean, it's super cheap. If I could, if I could afford to buy it, yeah, I'd just buy lumber. But it's cheaper, for me to just have my sweat equity and use my sawmill, right? Yeah. Let's see, it's 1:31, so we only got a few more minutes left here. We need to make you a rectangular patch to cover over that Woodland Mills patch. It's not even a patch, really. They sewed it directly to the hat. Motocross Chick said, I did write a letter to Woodland Mills a couple months ago suggesting they sponsor hoods. They ain't going to do it. I wish they would. I wish they would send me a sharpener. I mean, if they had sent me a blade sharpener, I'd be all about that. But I will never, ever lie to my people and say, you should go buy blades from Woodland Mills. Hell no. Don't buy your blades from Woodland Mills. Never, ever. As a matter of fact, I don't even know that I would want to buy one of their sawmills anymore because they did updates and they screwed up a perfectly good machine. They put a detent ball in the little hand crank deal, and I see that comment all the time, like, oh, the detent ball popped out. And I'm like, yep, that happens to every one of them. But it's not a major defect or anything. It's just, an inconvenience. Tesla electric cars mess up if you don't do your updates. Yeah. Could you imagine that? There's no way I'm going to a Tesla car anytime soon. Let's see. Dorit did a series of 5 videos about her oil leak repair and the hidden bolt on the dipstick tube. There's a bolt on that? Is it on the inside of the oil pan? Because when I looked at it, it looked like the dipstick tube comes down to the oil pan, and then it looks like a plate that's just on there. It's magically on there is what it looked like to me. I was laying underneath the bus looking at it going, what? And you can see, there's oil underneath, right? And I was trying to figure out what transmission I got. I'm pretty sure it's the Allison 1000. It could be the 3000. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out for sure yet. I took a picture of the plate and everything on there to try to figure all that out. But anyways, looking at the oil pan, you can see like the oil and everything, and then you can see the clean, like it's all dirty oil around it, and then you can see where it's clean coming down from that, and that means there's enough oil coming down from that dipstick tube where it enters into the oil pan that it's obviously that's where the oil's coming from. Motocross Chick said, great info, Paul. Yeah, thank you, Paul. I'm going to have to go check out Dorit's channel. Dorit? She's got a cool name. I don't know much about her, but I have seen her on like a Bus Life story and stuff pretty often. Foreskin said, just gave a thumbs up. Dang, that wind is windy. Yeah. You need to read my last post also, buddy. Dorit has the same engine transmission on her bus. Okay. Are you sure it's the same? Well, it's probably the same engine. Mine's a rebuilt. I haven't posted a picture on that. I'll probably be doing a video here before too long about it. But the transmission is a remanufactured transmission, and the motor is a remanufactured motor. So it's a bit newer. They've actually changed the motor out, and this bus don't have that many miles on it, so I think I got a heck of a deal because they replaced the motor and transmission. Mm. Okay, on the video, but I will send you a link here about a female bus owner who just fixed her international without taking off her oil pan. Okay. Is that Dorit or someone else? I also got a video that I think I've already got it ready to go. I just have to upload it. But we'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Looky there. What is that? You guys see that? That's what I done yesterday, and I about flipped out. You guys know what that is, right? Oh, yes, it was Dorit. Okay. That is the Live Edge dining room tabletop that I had made that I was hopeful that I would be able to make like $4,000 or something, around in there, 3,000 to 4,000 off of the table. That's just the top. I put it on the sawmill yesterday, and when I got done cutting it, just the optical illusion of like the way the wood grain was going, plus the live edge on it, right when I got towards the very end of the cut, from how I was looking at it, you don't really see it that much in the camera, but the way I was looking at it, it looked like the blade of the sawmill just dove down about 3 or 4 inches. I about lost it. I was like, Dave, what about a city or county job? I don't know. I seen like some heavy equipment operator jobs up in Joplin that are only paying like $14 to $16 an hour. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I'm not going to work for somebody unless they're going to pay me $20 to $25 an hour at least. I quit a job making $25 an hour that was usually fairly laid back. I did put in a lot of hours, and I was basically management of a rail spur doing that job. But I mean, to be a heavy equipment operator, they're not even going to offer like $35 an hour. No, I don't think so. Those city and county jobs around here just don't want to pay nothing, and I'm like, nope, not doing it. And the problem is there's people around here. It's like, oh, that's good money. I'm like, if you think $18 an hour is good money, you've already lost the whole battle. Because right now, especially with the price of everything that's went through the roof, and you've literally got teenagers at McDonald's starting out at $15 an hour. They offered my 18-year-old son a job at McDonald's making $20 an hour. You think I'm going to go drive a semi truck or operate heavy equipment? Like, there's real risk involved with that type of job. Like, if you're just a dumb A, double S, you could actually kill somebody operating equipment like that. You could, let's say if you're a county worker working on a road and you spin around and there's a car coming, you could literally take the top of the vehicle off with the bucket of an excavator without even like really doing anything. There's real risk involved. That is a skilled job. And they only want to pay 16, 18 bucks an hour? No. Or 14 to 18, I think it said. Arizona Highland Homestead. Everyone is offering jobs at $15 an hour all over the country. That's crazy. That's crazy. Especially if it's like a fast food job. Like trying to watch the time. Yeah. I won't take a job at $15 an hour. There's no way I can make, a living doing that. I've got to make sure I can pay my bills. At $25 an hour, 40 hours a week, I was able to pay my bills and then some, right? The thing is, we don't get like food stamps or anything like that. So I got to pay for insurance. I got to pay for food. I got to pay the electric bill. I got to pay the house payment. We're talking thousands of dollars per month. Let's see. It's now $715 a month for the house. We got our electric bill. It's like we finally got it. It's set to where it's 200 and something. It's almost $300 a month, and that's what it will be for the next, I think, 9 months or something. There's no Rick and flipping burgers. Supersize me. Man, or no risk. That's what you meant. No risk in flipping burgers. Yeah. Not much risk. I mean, you might get burnt. You might burn the place down, I guess. You might have a grease fire or something, but yeah. I mean, who in their right mind is going to only pay someone $15 an hour, the same amount that a high school student at McDonald's is making? You're going to put somebody in a $300,000 machine working in a crew setting or whatever on, like, say, the highway department or something. You got traffic going around you and stuff there. Like, you got to be cautious, right? And you're going to pay them the same that a McDonald's worker's making? You got to be kidding me. You know, I'm just picturing a big excavator, right? You're a equipment operator, which I'm very good at being an equipment operator. I've done that for years. But, you know, some of the excavators and stuff that I've hauled around the world, not the world, but the country, would typically, you buy them at auction for a couple $100,000, right? And you know, let's say I'm hauling heavy equipment. I'm a truck driver hauling heavy equipment. I'm driving a $100,000 semi truck that's pulling an $80,000 trailer with a $300,000 excavator on that trailer. And I'm 12 and a half foot wide. Okay. And I'm weighing 100 to 150,000 pounds. I'm 120 some odd feet long. Great big, you know, it's not 18 wheeler anymore. And they're going to give you $20 an hour or $25 an hour. I don't think so. Don't think so. That'd be crazy. It is 1:43, so I guess I'm going to have to get off here. Give myself a little bit of time to clear my head and get ready for this phone conversation with this guy. I might come back on live here in a little bit. I don't think, I won't be necessarily getting a job, but they'll probably be like, oh, can you go do drug testing and this, that, and the other? And be like, give me a couple days. Because, yeah, I need to see if this other place is going to call me. In the UK, don't get €10 or £10 an hour. Yeah, but the conversion rate's different, so I don't know what that means over here. But Elizabeth, thank you. So good luck, praying it goes well. Me too. Hope it goes well. Hopefully they'll offer me more than $25 an hour. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll see you next time. Bye.